Huples Kittens, it's Monday. Tuesday night and maybe Wednesday night I'm going camping in the forest. Both nights it's going to get down to at least minus 12 centigrade and both nights it might snow. I'm going Tuesday, that's the plan, but it might be bumped to Wednesday because the ground might actually be too damp on Tuesday night, even though we're about to get a big cold snap starting on Tuesday afternoon. So we'll see. So I'm just getting the gear ready. This is my old Thermarest Polar, not very comfortable to sleep on in terms of temperature. So I was looking for a new one, preferably with a higher R rating, and I shocked myself by coming across this. Mountain Equipment Co-op. Somewhat bigger than this one, not too heavy, but fairly heavy. And the interesting thing with this, the R factor is 5.4. How much does this cost? $89.65 Canadian plus tax, and there was 20% off that. It also has something the Thermarest never had. Small repair kit, if you can find the hole. So I'm going to take both with me. I went online and I could find absolutely no information on the Thermarest Polar, P-O-L-E-R, nothing on it at all, no longer exists. Couldn't find any historical information on it, so I don't know what the R rating was. As usual in the winter I'm going to take my TGV2 tent, not my Hubba Bubba, because I want a more stable tent, because it will snow on one of the nights. Toilet roll, hygiene kit, first aid kit, my sleeping bag, which I store in this because otherwise it damages them, and I transport it in a much tighter bag. But you should store synthetics in very bulky containers. You don't want to tighten it. The sleeping bag that comes with it is only really for transport, not for storage. Thermos flask, so I'll have hot water, balaclava just in case I need it, BioLite stove and kettle pot, cooking equipment, cutlery set. Enjoy the journey, leave nothing behind. This also has emergency tent pegs. Synthetic silk liner for the bag, pillow, some fire starting stuff, a little mat to make an entrance way, breakfast and coffee. Fire starting. I normally take a bunch of lights. This time I'm just going to take this one and one hand flashlight because I'm not planning to actually spend much time camping. I'm just going to do it for the nighttime sleep test. Take a couple of Nara bars to snack on and my emergency waterproof kit with various things in here that I might need in an emergency. Now I kind of like this big huge bag, but it's really becoming apparent to me the more I do these trips that what I actually need is a big waterproof bag, just a big bag, because it's all going to go on a sled. So my pack's about loaded, just needs a few extra pieces putting in it like soya milk and some clothing. This is about the minimum loadout I need for one night's camping in the winter, because it's cold. Well, let's see how it goes on the sled. First off, you have to take this off. You can see it's not loaded, it's not been adjusted. That's what I'll do before I set out. So this is a small sled, but it's good for an overnight camp, and it was a child's one that I found discarded in garbage in Newmarket quite a few years ago, and I grabbed it. Solid and has a nice ridge all the way around it, so you can actually carry it quite easily like this. So I have 4 bungees, 2 of these and 2 of these. So let's drill some holes. The choice of champions. The secret isn't to drill through your knee. So I've made some holes, I'm going to make a couple more. So I've placed 6 holes on one side and almost symmetrically 6 on the other side. Now I'm going to load my bag, and then I'm going to put the bag in here and see if the bungee cord's actually going to work in the position where the holes are and if they fit well, and if I need to extend these holes by making them wider. We shall see. I've gone for the tightest size I could think of because I don't want a big gapy hole because then it'll just be so loose. I like to have my weight at the bottom of the pack. There is an argument for having it at the top of the pack. In this case, I know I'm not actually going to be carrying it on my back. It's going to be on the sled, so it doesn't really matter too much. What I'm looking for is symmetry of load, so I haven't got one side of the pack very heavier than the other because it will tip. Now my sleeping bag. I keep the carry case inside the storage case and then I'll never lose it. This is the Mech Centaurus designed to go down to -18 centigrade, but the pad needs to be -18 as well. The thing I've been finding is around about -10, -12, my old Thermarest pad wasn't working well enough. Now I'm going to load this. And that was my workout. So this is my pack, full of heavy stuff in the bottom, and the sleeping bag will go on the top. Like so. I like this pack for its capacity load, and that will go in there and it will be filled up. And it will all be sealed up and I'll be fine. But at this point I want to test out my sled to make sure the bungee holes that I've done are going to work with the pack on. So that's my load out. Last thing you have to do is to get rid of all of these straps because you don't want anything dangling. Alright, let's try the bungee. Particularly want the front piece secured because that's the piece that's going to go downhill, and with the heavy stuff here I don't want this pulling it forward. One of the problems with getting old is actually not being able to see. These are for distance, but I need to take them off now when I'm doing close-up work, which is kind of annoying. Wouldn't mind one over the middle for distance work. We'll have a look, see if I can find one. But first you have to tidy up. Well, I only have this one, let's see if it'll work. Job done. So now I'm committed. I will have to see what the weather's going to be like tomorrow when I get closer tomorrow night or Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Toodles. This has been a Bushcrafting Terry production 2023. Looking for biscuits.